Netflix thought the Meghan Markle saga was finally buried. Her million-dollar contract fizzled, her projects bombed, and her relevance was swirling straight down the drain. Yet just when executives sighed in relief, Meghan returned with one of the strangest shockers of the year. Instead of gracefully fading, she hijacked her own press run for With Love. Meghan's Season 2 show literally nobody begged for and lobbed a curveball that blindsided Netflix. She now wants to launch a travel show where she critiques entire countries. Yes, you heard correctly. Picture it. Meghan Markle, center stage in Rome, declaring pasta overrated. Or dragging Berlin's vibe because it doesn't align with her energy. This isn't pitched as some cute little vlog, no, she insists. It will be the ultimate travel guide, stamped with her judgment on who's worthy of a visit. This, according to Meghan Markle, is going to be the ultimate travel Bible. A mashup of tips, tricks, and her self-appointed role as judge and jury on whether a nation deserves your tourist dollars. But here's the twist. Netflix had already trashed this very concept months ago. It was labeled bland, unmarketable, and quietly shoved into the vault. So why is it crawling back from the grave? A simple Meghan either missed the memo or straight up ignored it. She's parading this as her next big thing. And not as a charming host or wanderlust narrator, Meghan is branding herself as a full-on critic of countries. That alone was enough to send Netflix's boardroom into meltdown. The company is already fractured with Ted Sarandos, the very exec who greenlit Meghan's circus in the first place. Now caught in the middle, still scrambling to justify his call. Ted Sarandos clings to his defense, while others like co-CEO Greg Peters are reportedly fuming. Yes, folks, the Meghan circus has fired up once more. And the timing, brutal. Netflix is desperate to hype shiny, big-budget juggernauts like Wednesday Season 2, and suddenly Meghan crashes in, hijacking the spotlight with a doomed spin-off fantasy. With Love, Meghan Season 2 was supposed to flop quietly, slide into the archives, and be forgotten. Instead, we're watching a brand new PR disaster explode because Meghan just couldn't resist blurting out fresh dreams during a promo for a show that hasn't even premiered. And oh, it doesn't end there. No, she upped the ante, announcing she's also penning a deeply personal book, one that promises shocking, never-before-heard confessions from her private life. Let that sink in. Meghan Markle, after endless interviews, documentaries, and media overexposure, somehow swears she still has untold truths to unload. This time, she's wrapping it in this shiny package of literary gold. According to her, this book will inspire men and women alike, and finally unveil the real Meghan Markle to the world. Yes, the same Meghan who's spent years talking nonstop about her life. Netflix execs are furious not just because she went rogue with these headline-grabbing stunts, but because they see it for what it is: desperation. A last-ditch gamble to claw back relevance while dragging Netflix down for the ride. And while Meghan insists her new wave of projects is all about uplifting and connecting, insiders whisper the opposite eats, ripping the company apart. Some want the cord cut immediately, while others admit they're in too deep to escape now. One thing's certain, this is headed downhill fast. Behind Netflix's polished doors, the tension is boiling. What began as a calculated bet on Meghan Markle's name has snowballed into an all-out meltdown. Producers, once cautiously hopeful, now feel completely blindsided. Her surprise book and travel show reveal: not cleared with Netflix PR, not aligned with creative, nothing. Insiders claim Ted Sarandos casually told her she could float ideas, but what she pulled on stage looked more like a hijack, cornering the company into projects never given a real green light. Now Netflix is scrambling in panic mode with damage control working overtime just to contain the fallout. Worse still, there's growing alarm about her messaging. Meghan's grand pitch for both the travel circus and the tell-all book paints A picture that's already sending executives into survival mode. She's now framing herself as some misunderstood visionary battling a world of haters. Cute strategy if the public actually liked her. But Meghan Markle's image is toxic. Every time she grabs a mic to cry about being attacked, it backfires spectacularly. Instead of sympathy, she sparks fresh outrage. That tired they hate me because their miserable narrative doesn't inspire reeks of tone-deaf narcissism, especially when delivered from luxury sets while she's pitching a globe-trotting series and a soul-bearing memoir. And here's the kicker. Nobody even knows who the audience is anymore. Her once loyal fan base has been bleeding out for years, and the wider public is beyond exhausted. People aren't begging for more Meghan, they're begging for less. And yet she marches forward delusionally, acting like she's still riding the unstoppable momentum of a global icon. One Netflix exec didn't hold back, saying it's like watching someone sink in quicksand while delivering a TED Talk. Brutal, but not exactly wrong. And then there's the actual show, with love, Meghan Season 2. It hasn't even dropped yet, but early test screenings? A disaster. Feedback ranges from empty to downright unbearable. Viewers say Meghan Markle keeps forcing herself into the role of a thought leader. But instead of depth, it just looks like a desperate rebrand. Wrapped in weak storytelling, the episodes have no backbone, no real direction, each one clawing for an identity that never materializes. Netflix quietly prayed Season 2 would at least let the series bow out with dignity. But those hopes are buried under Meghan's nonstop circus. Things have gotten so toxic that even top producers are now backing away from anything tied to her. Name one exec even demanded to be cut from any internal project threads tied to Meghan Markle's name. Meanwhile, a louder faction at Netflix is now pushing for Ted Sarandos to completely step back from her orbit. Their reasoning? Simple. 1. Gamble was tolerable. 2 disasters in a row, and you're looking at a credibility crisis. And the cherry on top. The timing could not be worse. August 2025 was supposed to be Netflix's comeback month, stacked with big premieres, solid metrics, and a press cycle celebrating shiny new hits. Instead, headlines are hijacked by an actress turned Duchess turned oversharing media personality, whining that nobody understands her. Subscriber numbers were already shaky from price hikes. But now angry users are threatening to cancel purely out of exhaustion from seeing her face. Plastered everywhere, subscribers are openly saying they don't want to bankroll another Markle vanity project. But Meghan is charging ahead. It's convinced she's finally stepping into her true calling, globetrotting, oversharing, and preaching positivity. Whether that comes off as inspirational or flat out insufferable is the real debate. Things certain, she isn't slowing down. And Netflix, they're stuck holding the bag, scrambling to guess what disaster hits next. Cameras are rolling. Contracts are signed, yet behind the shiny PR spin, Meghan Markle's latest media crusade is collapsing in slow motion. Her travel show, still in pre-production, it's already sparking international controversy, not over what she's filmed, but over what she's promised. The audacity of critiquing entire countries graded like homework-based. On Meghan Markle's personal experiences, shockingly, not everyone's clapping. Travel journalists are roasting it. Tourism boards are treading carefully. And even ex-fans are asking, who exactly crowned Meghan the global culture referee? Here's the kicker. This isn't just another influencer chasing clout with airport selfies. Meghan is hyping this thing as if it's a cultural revolution. Leaked production notes reveal that every episode will spotlight a new country, where she won't just critique traditions. Food and lifestyle, she scored them on. Emotional resonance and cultural alignment. Yes, it's every bit as pretentious as it sounds. One insider even nailed it. It's eat, pray, love meets Yelp, only worse. Right, honestly, even Netflix staffers doubt there's any way to spin this mess into something remotely watchable. And while that's circus brews, the book is quietly sparking chaos on a whole other front. She hasn't even drafted it yet, but just the announcement sent royal watchers and Hollywood gossip hounds into a frenzy. Will it claw deeper into a royal fallout or spill Hollywood dirt from before she snagged Prince Harry? Either way, publishers are circling, but Netflix? Not so much. They signed Meghan Markle for on-screen spectacle, not literary landmines. If the book overshadows her shows or worse, contradicts them, the whole partnership could collapse. And for Meghan, this feels like her last desperate swing. Sure, her contract technically limps on through scattered one-off projects, but in reality, it's dangling by a thread. No long-term deal, no guaranteed safety net. Watchable. And while that circus brews, the book is quietly sparking chaos on a whole other front. She hasn't even drafted it yet, but just the announcement sent royal watchers and Hollywood gossip hounds into a frenzy. Will it claw deeper into her royal fallout or spill Hollywood dirt from before she snagged Prince Harry? Either way, publishers are circling, but Netflix, not so much. They signed Meghan Markle for on-screen spectacle, not literary landmines. If the book overshadows her shows, or worse, contradicts them, the whole partnership could collapse. And for Meghan, this feels like her last desperate swing. Sure, her contract technically limps on through scattered one-off projects, but in reality, it's dangling by a thread. It's no long-term deal, no guaranteed safety net. And now Meghan Markle stands alone, tossing out pitches that reek more of desperation than artistry. Insiders say her energy has shifted. She's more controlling, more defensive, and more isolated than ever before. Writers tiptoe around her. Producers second-guess every creative decision. Even her own PR team looks drained, scrambling to repackage her as relatable. Every move she makes feels loud without lasting power, strategic without actual smarts. At this point, the question isn't whether she can churn out another series or slap her name on a book hits, whether anyone will even bother to care. That's the shadow stalking her career. Fame doesn't vanish overnight. It crumbles piece by piece. And for Meghan, the cracks are no longer whispers, they're glaring fractures. Her next step won't just define her, either crown her comeback or seal her burial.